Oh, we're back on the record. Okay, thank you. I did have a chance to visit with Lacey. She's a charming young lady.
Yes, she
I could
is.
see what I could see why you both love her so much. And why both sets of grandparents would love to have her around more than not. Being a grandparent myself, and I'm going to take just a moment to brag. Our eighth grandchild arrived Saturday, day before Father's Day. He was delivered in the back seat of my son's car on the Eisenhower Freeway in Chicago.
Oh my goodness.
So pretty exciting time. Luca is doing very well, as is his mother. But the thought of not being able to see my grandchildren, which frankly was the case throughout COVID for extended periods of time, obviously isn't something that's very appealing to me. But this is not about grandparents. This is about parents and children. So I've already indicated to the attorneys that I don't believe the change that's being requested would modify the established custodial environment. Therefore, the burden of proof for this motion is a preponderance of the evidence. The evidence that I'm required to look at in a request for a change of legal residence flows out of the D'Onofrio case, the prospective advantages of the move by improving the general quality of life for both the custodial parent and the children, the integrity of the custodial parent's motives for seeking the move, the integrity of the non-custodial parent's motives in resisting the move, and finally, if the move were allowed, whether there was a realistic opportunity for visitation in lieu of the existing schedule that would adequately preserve and foster the parental relationship with the non-custodial parent. I can say without hesitation that I have no reason whatsoever to challenge the integrity of either parent's motives in this action. It's clear to me the motives are pure. Mom, on the one hand, has just come through a very, very difficult year, living far away from her family and people that can provide her with support, and a desire to be closer to that family, and a desire to have more help as a single parent. There's nothing wrong with the mother's motivations. Similarly, though, there's nothing wrong with Dad's motivation in resisting the move. I don't see that any motivation on his part has to do with a financial advantage, has to do with simply frustrating the mother's desire. I believe genuinely his motive is he loves his children and he does not want to lose this time with them. So the first factor, the prospective advantages of the move by improving the general quality of life for both the custodial parent and the children. I think the mother's general quality of life would definitely be improved, not financially. She's going to get a similar job if I were to approve this move. She's going to probably be reasonably close with cost of living. I mean, I wasn't provided with any cost of living data, but I believe Mom's testimony is maybe the cost of living is a little better there, but clearly that's not a factor in the mother's decision. Uh, yes, there are advantages to the mother, even though there aren't in terms of financial advantages. There's a huge advantage in terms of having extended family available to assist her. And that translates to some financial advantage because of all that she was forced to spend last year as a result of the impact of COVID. So I do find that there are indeed prospective advantages for the mother that would improve her general quality of life. As to the children, it's not the same analysis. Both children are doing well in their respective schools. I don't have any information to suggest that the Oklahoma school environment is going to be any better than what they have here. Their needs are being met here. I guess the best I can say is it's a bit of an unknown for sure. I was impressed that the amount of attention that Wesley gets at the Lyle Torrance Center and the amount of hands-on help that he gets. I don't have any reason to think that something similar wouldn't be available in Oklahoma, but I don't have any information to suggest it would be better for him in Oklahoma or better for his sister in Oklahoma. There's certainly advantages to the children in being able to spend more time with the maternal relatives, but there's a disadvantage because they'll be able to spend less time with the paternal relatives. There frankly just isn't any evidence in my mind to show that the general quality of life for the children would improve based on those circumstances. It's very clear to me that they enjoy a very good, strong bond with their father, that they love him, that he loves them, and when he has them, he maximizes his time with them. He's very involved with them when they're there, and I believe not being able to spend this kind of time outdoors with their father and with his family certainly would have an adverse effect upon them. The remaining factor is whether there's a realistic opportunity for visitation that would adequately preserve and foster the parental relationship with the non-custodial parent. We can certainly make up lost time in bigger blocks, but what we cannot do is replace this weekly contact that takes place between dad and his children. I'm particularly concerned with Wesley that video calls with a nonverbal child would provide for minimal interaction. I think my impressions of Lacey are that she probably is pretty chatty and pleasant to engage in Zoom conversations with and would engage, but that simply does not replace the immediate physical contact, the hugs, the kisses, the 5K runs, the riding on the tractor, all the things that they love to do when they're at dad's house. Based upon, and I will say for the record, I did interview Lacey, and I've taken her comments into effect in making this decision. With respect to the best interest factors, frankly, these are both good parents. And the one thing I want to add is the past year was hard on everyone. And I'm sure it was especially hard on a single parent. But in a matter of a day, I think it's all going to be in the rearview mirror. I am very hopeful and very optimistic that moving forward, we are going to be returning to normal. I take their word that the paternal relatives are indeed willing and able to help now that the restrictions of COVID are disappearing. For all of these reasons, well, I was about to address the other best interest factors. I don't, frankly, see that any of the factors clearly provide me with any additional help in making this decision. I believe simply the D'Onofrio factors alone convince me that this move does not have the perspective of improving the general quality of life of the children. In fact, it will hurt them by having less contact with their father. And for all of these reasons, I am denying the motion to change residence. Mr. Fallahy, you'll submit an order to that effect?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.